Hi, I'm Kimberly from Hearing Aid UK and you're watching our video about the latest hearing aid launches of 2021 this year and some from 2020. I'll be briefly going through the main benefits of each hearing aid to give you a better idea of what they do and whether they could help your hearing loss. I'll also be visually comparing them so you get a good idea of the size of the hearing aid, what they look like when they're worn, and also whether these hearing aids are right for you. This hearing aid review is based on feedback from our audiologists and their patients. I'll be talking about the launches of Oticon More, Bernafon Alpha, Phonak Paradise, Widex Moment and ReSound One. There have been recent hearing aid launches from other manufacturers, but I will be reviewing these in separate videos very soon. Let's start with Oticon More. Oticon More launched at the beginning of January this year. It was created to support how the brain naturally works. It achieved this by using the famous Oticon brain hearing technology, deep neural network and the new Polaris platform. But more on this later. What are the main benefits of this hearing aid? Let's take a look. Includes lithium-ion batteries that can give you up to 16 hours of battery life, including 4 hours of streaming in just a 3-hour charge. Compatible with all Oticon's Bluetooth accessories. Caters for a wide range of hearing losses from mild to severe. Incorporates advanced Bluetooth, which means Android users can now stream directly instead of using the Connect Clip accessory. However, the Connect Clip is still needed if you want to be completely hands-free. So, how does Oticon More help with your hearing? With More, Oticon have built upon their directional approach, giving you a whole soundscape to enjoy every day, but keeping the clear speech. This means that you can choose what to focus on, keeping the background noise audible, but never distracting. A really good example of this. Imagine you're in your living room watching TV. The door is open and your partner is cooking dinner, chopping away to music, but it's not distracting you from what you're watching. However, if you chose to focus on the music, you'll know exactly what's being sung. Here you can see how Oticon More looks when worn. This hearing aid includes advanced Bluetooth technology, giving you more freedom and control over your devices. You can stream music, TV audio and phone calls straight to your hearing aids. You can also pair your at-home smart devices, such as doorbells and Alexa. You can also use the push button feature to easily adjust volume and change your device settings. This is Bernafon Alpha. Bernafon Alpha hearing aids launched towards the end of January this year. You might already know, but Bernafon is Oticon's sister company, which does mean they share similar technologies. For example, the same hardware and chipset. But what is most important here is that they give completely different things to consumers with their hearing aid ranges. Alpha software, which they call hybrid technology, gives you a balanced listening experience. For example, it optimizes sound, It gives you greater understanding and more listening comfort, which is ideal in those real-life tricky listening experiences. But what are the other advantages of this hearing aid? Includes remote care, so your audiologist has the freedom to alter settings from anywhere in the world. Focuses on improved speech understanding and listening comfort, as well as an enhanced noise reduction for premium hearing experience. The lithium rechargeable batteries allow power for a full day's use. This all depends on your stream usage. And there is also an option for a quick charge. Alpha is the slimmest receiver on the market today, making this a comfortable option for those with narrow ear canals. So how does Bernafon Alpha actually help your hearing? Well, along with other main benefits of this hearing aid, the super fast processing chip, which actually powers the hybrid technology, gives you that clear and crisp sound that you want every day, a sound that's reliable, but also adjusts to your soundscape when you're on the move. And it enables you to follow and understand conversation. Bernafon Alpha also mimics the effects of our natural ears, especially how our ears try to navigate where sound is coming from. The Alpha has microphones at the top of the hearing aid, which gives us this mirrored effect and also gives us the natural hearing experience possible. So what do these hearing aids actually look like when they're worn? Here you can see how Alpha looks when worn. You can also feel and stay connected with Alpha's innovative Bluetooth connectivity. Stream sounds directly from your smartphone and pair to your favourite audio devices seamlessly. Also, benefit from total freedom with this rechargeable model and charging pod, giving you confidence, convenience and reliability with a full day's worth of power. So, if I was to compare the two hearing aids I've talked about already, that is the Oticon More and the Bernafon Alpha, and put them together side by side, you will soon see that they are pretty similar, if not identical, in shape and size. There's a slight difference in the button design at the front, but they look really modern. They look like they're good quality, and I think they're going to sit very comfortably behind the ear as well. Now, let's go back to 2020 and Phonak Paradise's hearing aid launch, which replaced the marvel of 2018. What can Paradise technology do for you and your hearing loss? Well, this is a made-for-any-phone hearing aid, which means it's very good at Bluetooth connectivity. But I think the most impressive advancement is the Prism processing chip, which is going to give us twice the memory we saw in Marvel and a larger scope of low consumption Bluetooth connectivity. This also powers the motion sensors. What are they used for? Well, the motion sensors are developed so you get better focus on sound whilst active. For example, walking whilst talking in the park. It will also give you better conversation in noise and better natural focus on sound. But what are the other benefits of this hearing aid? As well as these top features, the new tap control is definitely one of the highlights of this hearing aid, offering you more functionality and control. In fact, it provides up to 8 Bluetooth devices to be paired and 2 to be connected at the same time. You can answer end calls, pause resume streaming, and activate voice assistants. Here you can see what the Paradise looks like when worn. The telecoil means you are provided with direct connection to loop systems in places such as theatres and houses of worship. Places such as these can make understanding speech a challenge. The removal of background noise and clear and crisp words are all possible with telecoil. Now, let's take a look at the Widex Moment hearing aid range, also launched in 2020. This hearing aid range superseded that of the Evoke and also introduced the smallest RIC lithium-ion rechargeable hearing aid to the industry. Why is this so special? Well, previously, Widex's main flaw was the absence of such rechargeables in their portfolio. Widex changed all that and also added a nifty charging solution that's both convenient and discreet. But it doesn't end there. Widex claim that the Widex Moment doesn't sound like a hearing aid at all. But what does this mean? Well, hearing aids of the past may have sounded tinny or artificial to some people. And this is generally because you're hearing the sound that might be out of sync. Let me explain. The processed sound is hitting your eardrum a split second later than the sound travelling directly to your hearing aid's tip, which can give you an unrealistic sound. But what other benefits does Widex Moment have? Here are some of the main pros of this hearing aid. The tinny sound Widex referring to is a generalisation. It's rare that people can detect digital echo in aids. Most of our customers who have worn Moment aids can't detect the difference in speed from their previous devices. However, they have enjoyed the natural sound quality, so they must be doing something right. So what about the artificial intelligence in this hearing aid? What can it do for you? Well, Widex's SoundSense Learn app supports the artificial intelligence and the machine learning within this hearing aid. This means you can benefit from personalisation. But how does it do this? Well, inside the technology of this hearing aid, there is a hearing program developed with your unique listening preferences in mind. For instance, your commute to work or your favourite coffee house. But what does the Widex Moment look like when worn? As with most modern hearing aids, this aid is smart enough to know what kind of environment you are in and adjust accordingly and automatically. Your preferences are used to enhance and improve your soundscape in the future, saving you time and a more seamless hearing journey. Moment is also available in a rechargeable version and 3 BTE styles and 3 ITE styles, so there should be a style to suit you and your level of hearing loss. And finally, let's take a look at ReSound One. ReSound 1 launched in 2020 and overall was a huge improvement to the previous hearing aid. We believe there was no real difference between the Quattro and the 3D, apart from the rechargeable battery. And as you can imagine, this was quite a disappointment for consumers, but the ReSound 1 is so much better. ReSound 1 provides direct connectivity to both Android and iPhone smartphones. So this means that whatever mobile you have, you will always benefit from hands-free calls, streaming, and hearing aid control directly to your hearing aids. There is also a new nifty charging station providing up to 3 days of power without any power outlet needed. This means that when you go away for the weekend, you'll always have the confidence that you'll have the power you need all through your day. ReSound have combined their usual microphones and added a new one, which is in the receiver itself. An unusual choice for a microphone to be, but when you think about it, an obvious one. The most natural sound cues are presented here because the outer ear assists in knowing where sounds are coming from. This is important in recognising the sounds you don't want to hear. So, how does this help you and your hearing? In an ideal world, you'll be able to hear more naturally and clearly. Because you have an extra microphone in each hearing aid down the ear canal, you get twice as many input sources, and you will also get a better idea of where sound is coming from. In conclusion, the main upgrade here is how significantly the sound has improved. A sound that actually sounds as natural as possible. But how have ReSound done this? Well, it's actually all down to the new processing chip, the new model, and also the new microphone placement. But what does ReSound 1 actually look like when you wear them? This is what ReSound 1 looks like when worn. The access directionality and ultra focus features within this aid enables you to hear what's important to you wherever you are. It focuses on speech in front of you, which is also ideal for one-to-one conversations in busy atmospheres like coffee shops and workspaces. Now it's time to compare all the hearing aids I've talked about visually, in the hope that you can see which one might suit you better. So to start off with, the smallest of the hearing aids is the Widex Moment. Now this is the Passion shape. There we go. The next size up is the Paradise, which I'm just going to put next to the Widex Moment. Then after that, I would say that both the Oticon and the Bernafon are similar size and shape, and then the largest one I would put as ReSound 1. You can see them all together. So the first one over here is Bernafon Alpha, the middle one is Oticon More, and this one here, which is the largest of them, is ReSound 1.